Coming up on ABC7 Sports Sunday, the Falcons have landed the Dirty Birds touchdown in Houston as Super Bowl 51 week kicks off.
Can you do the Dirty Bird?
No.
Plus, former Redskins wide receiver Gary Clark and NFL defensive back John Booty join us in studio. We're going to get their take on the Super Bowl and what Kirk Cousins had to say this week about his future with the Skins. And then we'll introduce you to a DC power couple on the court who's leading the way at GW.
And this ain't the Dirty Bird, but this was dirty, though. Don't spin out of control. Sports Sunday starts now.
Buckle up, sports fans. This is ABC7 Sports Sunday.
Look at Vince Carter. A lot of people don't even believe he's still in the NBA.
But he's hooping. He's balling
he
right
is.
now. God.
Welcome to Sports Sunday. I'm Aaron Hawksworth. He's Robert Burton. Rob, I already missed the NFL, but you know what?
Yeah.
The good news is Super Bowl is next week.
Can't wait for it. That's right. It's almost time. The Falcons have arrived with one thing on their mind, winning it all. Although that won't be an easy task by any stretch of the imagination. Matt Ryan, ready for action. Guys making their way off the plane. It'll be a good one on Sunday. Here's head coach Dan Quinn about the team's preps for this week.
There'll for sure be minor things that we may tweak here and there, but honestly, it's just about going through it again, getting the rules down, getting the information down exactly like you want so we can play at max speed. And that's when we're at our best, when that speed comes to life. And the more work that you put in and the more ready you have, when you get to that spot, now you're really ready to let it rip because of the fact that you put that work in.
All right, so back here at home, the biggest question for the Redskins offseason, what does the organization do about signing Kirk Cousins?
And it's really amazing how in a span of a week, speculation has swung from Kirk Cousins not returning to the Skins to now we've heard from, both Redskins president Bruce Allen and Jay Gruden this week saying they want him back. Wow. Cousins spoke earlier this week about it from Pro Bowl practices near Orlando and said if it came down to it, he would play under the franchise tag again this season. But no matter what happens with Washington, his stock is high right now.
A lot of us go through this. It's a part of the business, but I've got a great agent. Mike McCartney's done a phenomenal job for me through my first 5 years, pretty much called everything before it's happened. I'd love to be able to help, build Washington and bring them back to the days with the Hogs and those championships. So that's certainly what we're always striving for. And under the right set of circumstances, I would love to be back.
It's time now to welcome in not one, but two former NFL players, Gary Clark and John Booty, in the house. Gentlemen, it's so good to see you, as always. It's been too long.
It's been a long
It's been since like the summer.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, we're going to start with you. Kirk Cousins said he wouldn't mind if he got the franchise tag again. The million-dollar question really is, where is he going to be next season? What's going to happen? Do they sign him to a long-term deal? What do you think happens?
I think they should sign him to a long-term deal. Where he finished up in the ranking this year, he proved his points. Kind of like when we had Mark Rippon and Mark Rippon had a great Super Bowl year and came back and they paid him as they should have. He fits the system well. He does well in the system. He's gotten better and better each year that he's had more time in the system. Just a matter now of getting us to the playoffs and winning some playoff games and hopefully getting to the Super Bowl. But he definitely deserves to be here, in my opinion.
You said he's getting better and better. What areas have you really seen him improve?
The deep ball. The deep ball. Because for the longest time, our offense was more of like a 5-yard, 10-yard game. But now, when he had the opportunity to go downfield, he was right on the money. He's hitting guys in stride, and he just really general this offense like you should be. He's like a field general. He's doing a great job.
Okay. All right, John, Redskins, they finally named their defensive coordinator, Greg Minuski.
Greg Minuski.
What would you like to see the Redskins improve on?
Well, all around, they got to get some pass rush. You got to get to the quarterback. You got to penetrate the line of scrimmage to stop the run. I think what he's going to do, put a plan together to do just that. They got to go in the draft or free agency and pick up some guys to get to the quarterback. You have sometimes teams want to do we intimidate you? Will our defense intimidate you? So you got to have that fear factor. And I hope that he will bring that fear factor and get the guys to play. And Gary played with him in
yeah, what do you remember about Greg, Gary?
Greg's an intense guy. He's definitely intense. When he played defensive guy, but all defensive guys are crazy in my opinion. They have something in their brain that clicks a different type of way. But I think it's a good addition to the Redskins. I think the defense will get better this year. And like John, I'd agree. They start with the defensive line to improve that to put some pressure on the quarterback.
Now you guys played against each other and on the same team.
Right.
When did you guys become friends?
When we played on the same team. I hated him before we played on the same team.
I had to pick my battles because I was not always a starter, but I knew I had to go against against Gary, the guys in Washington. I'm like, you know, I got to
got up for those games.
Oh, yes.
Did he do a good job, Gary?
John always actually played pretty good against us.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times he wasn't on me, he was on Art, but he played good against us. And you play good against Art Monk, you're playing one of the best ever.
And the deal is you gotta take advantage of your opportunities. And I want to always be a starter when I got in the league. And I said, when I go up against the best, I got to play the best, you know, play at my best abilities. And it was fun. It was nerve-wracking the night before and the week before because I heard about this guy's, Gary's attitude. I experienced it.
Would John try to talk trash to you on the field?
John wasn't a trash talker.
I don't see that. Okay.
That's a good thing because I played better against the guys who did talk trash.
Okay. All right. Patriots, Falcons, Super Bowl 51. You guys are both going to Houston for all of the fun. What are you expecting in this game?
Well, I think you got two great teams there. Atlanta has shocked everybody. You know, they came up and they're playing so good right now. Their quarterback is one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. Well, as I say on our own TV show, you never bet against Brady. No. I don't bet against Brady. Tom is just a whole other thing. He's like the Montana of this era.
You know what? I'm at a loss for words as far as going against Brady because he always wins. But I want to see Atlanta win it. And I think Matty Ice, he can use his legs. He's going to score some points against the defense that Bill Belichick is going to put up against the Atlanta Falcons. So I'm going to go against Gary.
Don't bet against Brady.
I know, but
all right.
No, don't bet against Brady.
We'll hold you to it. I know where to find you.
Where are you going to find us? Down at Super Bowl?
No, Twitter. I wish I was going to Houston. All right, John Booty, Gary Clark, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, when we come back, the Wizards going for their 4th win in a row, facing the Pelicans in New Orleans. We'll have the highlights after the break. Let's head out to Orlando for the Pro Bowl. Kirk Cousins driving the NFC downfield for a chance to tie it, and he's picked off by former Redskin Lorenzo Alexander. He's a friend of the program. He takes off downfield, laterals the ball to Aqib Talib. Now he's off to the races, making it look easy. But look who makes the hustling play.
Look at that man.
And stops the touchdown. Yeah, Kirk Cousins, don't say he doesn't have wheels.
Yeah.
The AFC keeps the ball and goes on to win 2013.
Big Kirk.
The Wizards currently sit in the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, and tonight, Washington looked to extend its win streak to 4 straight games against New Orleans. The Wizards just 2 games behind Boston now for 2nd place in the East. That sounds so good, doesn't it?
But there's plenty of room for improvement in the standings. The Wiz just 2 games behind Boston. Remember, for 2nd place in the East, they got off to the fast start tonight. Off the turnover, Washington on the move. John Wall leaves it for Bradley Beal, who throws it down with authority. Wizards led 57-40.
He had a couple nice dunks in this one.
Yeah, he got up. All right, 4th quarter, 188 Wizards. They force another turnover. Wall finds Otto Porter for the layup. Wall ties his career high with 19 assists. 19. The Wizards win 107.
I think they're 1-0 when he gets 19 assists.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't see this game earlier today, I'm telling you, you missed out.
Yeah.
Villanova, UVA in the final seconds. Nova with a 2-point lead. Ty Jerome drives the lane, scores 2 of his career-high 15. So we're tied at 59. Now it's Nova's turn. Former Sidwell Friend star Josh Hart has it, drives, misses. But Dante DiVincenzo, I want to go to his house for dinner with a last name like that, comes flying in for the tip, and it's good. That's for game. Take another look. It was right before the buzzer. Virginia loses a heartbreaker, though, 61-59.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Yes. To the ladies, number 3 Maryland took down Iowa in College Park today. Brianna Jones, she had a day, 28 points.
She's a monster. Last time the Terps played Iowa, though, it wasn't a cakewalk. Today, they handled the Hawkeyes pretty easily. Let's start in the 2nd quarter. 44-33 Terps, Destiny Slocum. The no-look to Shatori Walker-Kimbrough to Kristen Confroy for the layup. Great passing. Terps led 56-36 at the break. Move to the 4th quarter. Terps up 19. Brianna Jones gets the pass down low, spins, and scores. Gets the bucket and the foul. Maryland blows out the Hawkeyes. The final 100-80.
And they're 21-1.
Jeez.
So good.
They're beast. All right, as you just saw, Brianna Jones has been the center of attention for 4 years at Maryland, a local product who's improved every year.
And you wouldn't believe what her career path was before basketball. For more on that, We turn it over to Scott Abraham.
Trading a basketball for pom-poms.
I told my mom, I was like, I don't want to play basketball anymore. Like, I want to cheer. She's like, okay, we'll do this for a year. So we took a year off. I cheered. I hated it. So then I went back to basketball. I was like, I just love it.
Brianna Jones made the right decision. The Maryland senior center is becoming one of the most decorated players in program history.
When I step on the court, I'm in between those lines. It's like I'm trying to win. I'm trying to play for my team.
A double-double machine. Opposing coaches call her a monster.
The growth that I've had, and just to hear coaches say that about me, it just says a lot about the work that I put in over the past 3 years.
Head coach Brenda Fries has been a big part of Brianna's development.
We are in 14 red.
She never has to worry about number 42 on or off the court.
She's a pre-med major. She comes in every day the same. You would never know what she's juggling and the stress that goes on behind the scenes. You never feel any kind of anxiety with her.
Brianna is certainly leaving her mark on the Maryland program. She's as humble as they come, always crediting her teammates for her success on the court. But you know you made it to the big time when you have your own bobblehead. Just another accomplishment for Brianna's growing resume.
I got the dimples right, so I think that was pretty cool with the headband and everything, because we had the first little mock-up. I forgot the headband. I was like, you can't have no headband. Like.
Determined to leave College Park with a national championship.
I want it so bad, because we've been so close so many times. So just to finish it out my senior year, that would be the best gift ever.
Trying to make the most of her final season as a Terp. Scott Abraham, ABC7 Sports.
Thanks, Scott. She is one impressive young lady.
She is, isn't she?
Still ahead on Sports Sunday, one of my favorite parts of the show, we reveal our top 5 plays of the week.
Yes. Plus, a DC power couple on the basketball court. Find out why GW women's coach Jen Rosati and her husband Bill Sullivan, also known as Sully, are a perfect match. Welcome back. George Washington hosting Duquesne. The Colonials trailed for most of this one. This is Nina Aho, the layup, giving Duquesne a 58-43 lead. GW falls in this one 73-63. Well, we've brought you father-son coaching tandems. We've seen brothers coach together, even coaching against each other, fathers coaching sons, whatever. But a husband and wife coaching duo, that's something you don't see every day. But you can see that every day at George Washington. Check this out.
Got a low guy, take away the baseline.
There's no question who the head coach is in this family.
We're going to stick with the normal rule where I'm only allowed to talk when you tell me I can, right?
Yeah.
So.
After 17 years of marriage, Jen Rosati and her husband Bill Sullivan are a match made in heaven.
I believe the answer I was instructed to give was, it's phenomenal for me.
Rosati and Sullivan met when both were students at UConn. Bill played club volleyball and also dabbled in hoops, while Jen became one of the greatest Husky basketball players of all time. For Sully, courting his future bride was a no-brainer.
That's actually the only reason that I went up to talk to her, is because she's so famous. But it turns out that she was pretty awesome aside from the public persona.
So the two decided, why not become a wife-husband coaching tandem?
And we both love coaching, and we felt like we were talking about our prospective teams nonstop anyway, and so we figured we'd give it a shot, and it worked pretty well.
Rosati earned 6 NCAA tournament appearances as head coach of the University of Hartford, with Sully right by her side, an architect of the Rosati playbook.
You take away the fact that we're married, you know, he's kind of indispensable in terms of the knowledge that he brings to the table and his experience in coaching and recruiting now.
The Rosati-Sullivan partnership expects to be a dynamic duo for many years to come.
I think we've realized how special it is. We work hard on the challenges of it to make it be really positive all the time. It makes me feel good that we're both valued in that way in terms of what we can bring to a college program.
That's right, Sully. Only speak when spoken to. Smart guy. Ahead on Sports Sunday, your favorite part of the show, it's our plays of the week. We'll drop it from 5 to 1. Throw down a few of these dunks. That's next.
Welcome back to the NHL All-Star Game tonight, a round-robin event between the 4 divisions. Alex Ovechkin and Braden Holtby represented the Caps. Ovi scored 1 goal on an empty netter, but Holtby,
got him.
He had the save of the game. check out the glove save on Brad Marchand.
Got it.
Ovi, Holtby, and the Metropolitan Division are your winners.
Ooh.
Welcome back to Sports Sunday. Time now for Plays of the Week. I love this part of the
I
show.
love this too. We'll show you the 5 best plays from around the globe, any sport, pro, amateur, and anything in between. So let's start with numero 5. Raptors and Grizzlies. Vince Carter, the 360 spin.
That was awesome.
Oh, God. Vinsanity still showing the athleticism at 40
I'm a man. I'm
years
40.
old. Come after me. Memphis wins the game 101-90.
Number 4, the Farmers Insurance Open, and this is Will McKenzie on the par 5-6 hole. From the fairway, his pro shot lands on the green, bounces right in the cup for an eagle. Beautiful shot by McKenzie, but he'd go on to miss the cut just like Tiger Woods.
After that shot, okay, number 3, T-Wolves and Pacers. Check out the half-court pass by Chris Dunn to Shabazz Muhammad, and then the alley-oop slam.
Nice.
What's just as impressive are the hustle plays by Zach LaVine and Nemanja Bjelica. I'm sure I said that name wrong. And then it goes to Dunn, who makes the deadly accurate pass to Muhammad. Teamwork.
I'm trying not to laugh. Number 2, women's hoops. IUPUI and Western Illinois. Morgan Bloomer fires one
Stop
for
it.
3/4 court.
Stop it.
And it's good. Are you kidding me? No,
Stop.
I'm not. Take another look. Wow. You think she practices that?
I don't think so.
What an arm. What a shot. I hope she plays softball.
A little Brycey poo. And our number 1 play compliments of Steph Curry right here. There's nothing this guy can't do. Drills half-court shots like they're layups. Steph dropped 43 against the Clippers in a 144-98 win. Take a dive, Steph. Those are your plays of the week. Stay with us. Sports Sunday rolls on.
When you think of men's tennis over the last 15 years, it really doesn't get any better than Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal.
No, it doesn't. Yesterday, we saw the Williams sisters battle. Today, 2 more of the great ones in a classic final. So we picked this one up 5th set. This one is deadlocked at 2 sets all. Federer found himself down 3-1 in the final set before playing what some experts are calling the best 5 games of his tennis career.
Wow.
He turned his game up a few notches, eventually breaking Nadal's serve to take a 5-3 lead. Now it's match point. Federer clips the sideline for the forehand winner to grab his 18th Grand Slam championship at the ripe old age of 35. Fed wins in dramatic fashion.
The Fed getting
Yes,
it done. There's
yes.
nothing wrong with being 35 either.
No, it's not. Beautiful age, beautiful age. That's all the time we have for this edition of ABC7 Sports Sunday. I'm Robert Burke.
And I'm Erin Hawksworth. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week after the Super Bowl right here, same time, same place.